Los Angeles. It's the Tom Leykis Show.
Excuse me?
And now, here he is, Tom Leykis.
Thank you for tuning into the Tom Leykis Show. This is where America gets together to talk about the issues you really care about. It's a different kind of a radio talk program. We're the radio talk show that is not hosted by a right-wing wacko or a convicted felon. No, I am your host. Write down our toll-free telephone number. You got to need it. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of the program. We appreciate it. Here we are together again on the radio. And in this segment, I want to talk about living together. And before I say anything about living together, I should tell you my own background. Been married 4 times and lived with every one of the women I married before I married them. I also lived with 3 other women. So I've lived with 7 different women in my time. And I come from this with an opinion that will probably surprise you if you haven't heard me refer to it on the air before. Unless you are planning to marry somebody, and I mean like you have already proposed or been proposed to, I do not see any reason to live with someone you're not married to. And again, I speak as somebody who has done it. I don't see any reason to do it. Let me tell you the reasons I don't think it's a good idea. 1, if you don't have a specific commitment of monogamy to another person, why do you want them to have the keys to your house? Why do you want them to have your ATM card or your name on their joint bank account with you? Why do you want them to know where you are at all times? Why do you want to give up the opportunity to bang other people? Why do you want to be in a situation where you're going to have to argue about stuff like why you drop your socks on the floor, or the fact that you're a slob, or the fact that you like to stay up late, or drink too much, or smoke pot, or whatever it is? Why would you want to give somebody else the opportunity to start critiquing and criticizing the way you live? It'll be time enough for that after they marry you. Why in the world do you want to give them that opportunity now? Don't get it. Now, your parents and your grandparents, let's talk about this for a second, okay? They got into the living together thing. It's all started to argue about stuff like why you drop your socks on the floor, or the fact that you're a slob, or the fact that you like to stay up late, or drink too much, or smoke pot, or whatever it is. Why would you want to give somebody else the opportunity to start critiquing and criticizing the way you live? It'll be time enough for that after they marry you. Why in the world do you want to give them that opportunity now? Don't get it. Now, your parents and your grandparents, let's talk about this for a second, okay? They got into the living together thing. It's all started back in the 60s and the early 70s, in the days of Woodstock, not Woodstock 98, the original Woodstock. You know what I'm talking about? Is that Woodstock 99 and 98? Who remembers anymore? 90-something. Talking about that original Woodstock? The one they made the movie about? Those were the days when everybody was experimenting with drugs. Back when they experimented with drugs as opposed to just taking them like we do today. They're experimenting with drugs. And that included all kinds of hallucinogens and psychedelic drugs and what have you. And they were rolling around in the mud. And back then it was a real novelty to have sex with somebody you weren't married to. And not only that, it was an even bigger novelty to flip the bird to your parents and move in with your old man. It's a big novelty. It was kind of the way you were rebellious back then. But times have changed. Living with someone is no big deal anymore. Having babies out of wedlock, no big deal. Getting caught effing around, no big deal anymore. Come on, I mean, it's the 21st century. Things have changed. When I moved in with my girlfriend at 17 years old, that was a statement. That was like telling my parents, F you, I'm going to live like an adult, tough. But now, you know what, now your parents probably live together. In fact, maybe your grandparents live together. It's no big deal. If you tell them you're going to move in with your girlfriend or boyfriend, they're going to say, oh, great, go ahead. So there's no rebellion there. There's nothing to be gained, especially if you're a guy. There's nothing to be gained by moving in. I don't understand why people do it. There is one good reason to live with someone, and that is if you have committed to marry them for some unknown reason, at least you should find out if you can stand to be around them 24 hours a day. I think that's important because when you're married, you might end up being around them 24 hours a day. So you should live in their house, or they should live in yours, and you should find out if you can stand it. You should also live with them long enough to see if they're going to start cutting off the sex once they're with you all the time and it's no big deal to have you around. I really honestly believe that if you live alone, sex is more of a novelty. Plus, you can have it with more different people, which is a real novelty. And you can do what you want. You can come and go as you please. And you don't have to worry that somebody's going to be unlocking the door and seeing you having sex with somebody else. And you can stay out late with your friends. You can have girls' night out, boys' night out, whatever. You have no obligation to be around or to account for your whereabouts. You can spend your money any way you like. So if you're living with someone, please tell me, why are you doing it? And again, I will make the exception, so we won't even take these calls. I'll make the exception. If you're getting married to him or her, all right, that's a good reason. So I've signed off on that. But if you're living with someone for some other reason, other than the fact you're going to get married to somebody, I want to know what that reason is.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM.
I just wanted to let you know I hate you.
The Tom Leykis Show.
The Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Why live with someone when you can have your own place and just date? What's the point? Heather, on a cell phone. You're on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Heather.
How are you?
Do you care, Heather?
Damn straight.
I'm doing great.
Good. I'm doing good, too. And I'm living with a man that I've been dating for 9 years. Actually seeing each other for 11, but split up for 2, and are back for, and we're happy and couldn't be happier, and we don't want to get married.
Why are you living with him?
Why have 2 households?
Well, so you have privacy.
I don't need any privacy. All I need is him. We're committed.
What do you need, a roommate?
No, we're committed to each other. We just don't want to get married. We don't need those.
Don't you like having your own space?
No, I like being with him a lot, and he likes being with me all the time. It's just like we're married, but we're not. I even have the ring, but we don't want that paperwork getting.
Well, I agree with you not getting married. I'm on that. I'm all over that.
We don't need that paperwork interfering with us. We're happy just like we are. And if 10 years or 20 years down the line we're not happy anymore, then see ya.
Right. Yeah, but why? Again, I don't understand why live with him. I mean, you've been dating him, meaning you've been porking him.
Well, yeah.
You've been porking him for some time now.
Like I'm saying, we don't want anybody else. We're at the time in our life that we're happy together. He's older. I'm 38. He's 63.
63?
Yeah, he's hot. And we.
How hot can he be at 63?
5 to 6 times a week, sex, and it's.
Viagra's amazing, huh?
Oh, the man is amazing.
What about the Viagra?
He's probably trimmer than me.
Yeah. He's on Viagra, right? There's no way.
No way.
No?
Not even close. Doesn't need it.
Really?
Hopefully he won't need it forever.
Hopefully.
But I know that one day, hey, if he's got to take it, he's got to take it. But I think he's He's wanting it more than I do usually, but I'm wanting it just the same.
Mm-hmm.
He's awesome.
So what are the benefits of living with him?
I like being with somebody when I come home from work. I like cooking. I like doing all that stuff, you know, and he does the same for me.
I like cooking. I live alone. I like cooking. I do cook.
I know, but I like having somebody there with me all the time.
Oh.
I just don't want
all the time. So you don't like any time alone at all?
No, I have my time alone all day at work. I go out with my friends. He goes play golf a couple times a week. He plays tennis on the weekends.
I like having entire days alone.
Oh, no.
Like entire nights. Oh, God, I love it. I watch whatever I want on TV. Nobody tells me what to watch. This is what I do.
We have 4 TVs. If I want to watch something different, I'll go somewhere else.
Yeah. But when you're with somebody else, they usually criticize your choices.
You know, that's one thing we don't do. It's not like we're married.
So you're not critical of him at all?
Not at all. He's perfect. He couldn't be more perfect.
He's perfect.
Perfect. He doesn't leave. He's more immaculate than I am.
And by the way, have you ever thought of the future when you're like 50 and a widow?
Yeah, thought about it then, and I'm still hot that I know at 50 I'll find somebody no problem.
Really?
Really?
So you're not worried about it?
I'm not worried about it.
You're not worried about putting all your eggs in this basket?
You know why, Tom? Because, you know, I could crash right now on my way home from work and I could be dead. So I live for the day.
And he's that good.
And he's that good. And if we have a great 20 years, 30 years together, I am super happy because...
30 years? In 30 years, he's going to be, what, 92?
No, I said we've already been together 9.
Oh, okay.
So we have 20 more years.
81.
So the happiest 30 years of my life, and you know what? After then I go on, do whatever. But how many people,
I'd like to see that nutsack at 81. What?
How many married people can say they had 30 great years together? Not many.
Well, you haven't done it yet, dear.
No, so true. But how many married people have even been together 9 years?
That's true.
That's true. It's just working out good, and he does.
Of course, you haven't lived with him for 9 years. You lived with him for, what, a few months, right?
Yeah, 2 years.
2 years you've lived with him.
2 years.
All right.
But we've been together, you know, like I said,
You've been dating him before that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I had my own place, and that was fine. But why pay all this money, you know, $1,800 a month for an apartment when he's paying his house and everything else? I was just combine that, I got more money for my clothes. And
no doubt he pays for everything, and that's probably the main reason you moved in there.
Not even true.
He's not paying for everything?
Most of it, but I participate in a lot. I don't need him to support myself. I've got a great job.
Really?
Really? Can't even believe it, can you?
No, I can't.
It's awesome.
All right.
Not playing at all.
All right, Heather.
Thank you.
Thank you. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Let's say hello to Sarah on a cell phone. You're on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, I live with someone, and it's great.
What's great about it?
Well, it's fun. When we come home, we get to play together and tease each other, and it's usually the only, you know...
Well, you could do that anyway without having to live at the same address.
Yeah, but it's, you know, we can sleep together, and...
You can do that, too, without any... You had sex with him before you moved in with him, didn't you?
Yeah.
You slept at his place, he slept at yours, right?
Yeah, but this way I don't have to, like, bring clothes over. And,
so you moved in with him because you had to bring clothes over all the time.
Oh, no, it's just a lot easier. Like, there's a lot of things that are easier.
Like what?
You know. Like you don't have to transit between two places. You end up spending so much time with them anyway. Why would you...
I would think that having time alone would have value.
We definitely get plenty of time by ourselves.
How much?
Well, I travel a lot for business, and we're also, like, you know, we work till like 10 or 11 at night, so, or do other things until 10 or 11 at night, so it's like, you know, a lot of times we don't see each other except for between 10 and midnight or something like that.
Well, another reason not to live together.
Why?
You're not seeing them anyway.
What? Because I'm not...
Look what you could be doing with that time. Look what he could be doing with it.
What do you mean, with the time we're spending at home?
Time you're not together. All that time you're on the road, you'd be banging other guys.
Yeah, but there's no one else I want to bang.
Well, you don't know yet. You never know what hotel lobby you're going to walk into, What,
Well,
airport,
exactly,
bar? You never know.
That's the reason I'm not married. And that's the reason I'm not currently interested in getting married.
Oh, because you're going to bang other guys?
Well, I want to keep my options open.
All right, so let's review. You are living with a man, but your options are open, and you might bang other men.
Not that I would bang him the minute I met him, but yeah, I'd break up with him and go out with someone else.
So have you told that to him?
Yeah, I told him.
He knows it's possible you might meet somebody else and then break it off with him.
He knows that I'm still looking.
My God, I hope he doesn't share finances with you or anything.
No, we don't. Well, he owns the house and I pay half the mortgage for rent, basically, but I don't get any part of the house.
All right, now you are white?
Yes.
Seattle?
Yep.
28.
Yep.
How old is your child?
I don't have any kids.
Really?
I want to wait as long as I can for that one.
Holy
We're into,
cow.
like, ice climbing and sailing.
How did that happen? In Seattle, how did that happen?
What?
Isn't there some law that if you're white and under 30, you have to have at least one child?
You know, I don't hang out with people that I hear those kinds of things.
I don't know. I see a lot of it.
Okay. Well, I could understand in the circles you hang out in. Yeah, of course.
Circles I hang out in? What, you think I want to knock up chicks?
Well, no, but you hang out at a lot of bars, and yeah, I mean, that's just the type of people that go there.
Oh, it's the fact that I hang out at bars, is it?
Yep.
I see. All right, Sarah.
That's the best chance you're going to have of meeting someone like that, for sure.
All right. Well, Sarah, thank you so much. Luis, you're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom, how you doing?
All right, Luis.
Yeah, hi. Me and my girl have been living together for two and a half years almost.
You're 22?
Yeah.
What are you doing that for?
I don't know. I lived at home. You know, I actually have a kid.
Oh, boy. Why am I not surprised?
I was 17 at the time.
And by the way, it's not with the chick you're with now. Let me guess.
Oh, no. Heck no.
Of course not. No, of course not.
Oh, no. I learned my lesson. Believe me, I learned my lesson the first time. At first, I did actually want to get married. You know, I don't know.
Because you were fooled the second time. First of all, having a baby.
Right.
Then wanting to get married.
Right. And then
Very low self-esteem on your behalf, I think.
Yeah, that's probably what it was.
Yeah.
Anyways, well, you know, then she started talking about having kids and, you know, getting married. And I was like, oh, no, I can't have that. I'm 22 and trying to go back to school.
Right. Probably time to move out now, huh?
Oh, actually, I kicked her out about 6 months ago. And
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah. And we worked things back out, and we got back together like 2 months ago.
Why'd you do that?
Actually, I'm trying to pay off some bills because I'm trying to take off to the Army. So
Oh, my
she's helping
God.
me out. Yeah.
Holy cow.
Hey, it works out, you know. I mean,
It works out. So she's your roommate.
basically, yeah.
Helping you pay bills. Does she know that?
Excuse me?
Does she know that's why you had her move back in?
Well, she kind of has an idea that, you know, once I
Forget that. Why don't you tell her?
Well, she kind of knows, you know, because she knows that I'm trying to save up all this money because I'm trying to.
Here, why don't you go home and say, I want to tell you something. I don't love you, and I have you here as my roommate, so I can save up enough money and go into the Army and leave you behind.
No, actually, I do care about her in a way, you know. I mean, come on,
In a
she's
way.
a great person. She's a great person. I'm just not ready. I mean, you know how women, I think, mature, you know, faster than men. And she's at that point where
I don't think that makes you. The fact that you want to have the opportunity to take half of everything a man has or more doesn't mean you're more mature than he is.
Well, of course, yeah. I mean, I totally agree with everything you say, you know. And you know, I don't plan on getting married maybe till after I'm like 28, 29.
Right.
You know, at the earliest. And having kids, I mean, another kid will be like.
Yeah, it'll happen to you again.
The Tom Leykis Show.
This is the Tom Leykis Show.
From Los Angeles at 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Why are you living with someone? What's the deal? This is John on a cell phone. You're on the Tom Leykis Show.
How you doing? Hello?
Yeah, you got the radio on over there?
No, I don't.
Why did I just hear it coming out of the phone when I picked up the phone?
I'm turning it off right now. Turn it off.
Okay, good. What up?
Yeah, I live with somebody, and I am 18, and she is 17.
Why? Did you run
Because-
away from home?
Nah, not really.
Why do you need to live with somebody at 18? Why?
Why not?
Because you should have some freedom to experiment, to date various people, to F around, sow your wild oats. You're not even old enough to drink yet.
Well, that's
legally,
not part of living
pal.
with somebody.
That's, pal, having fun is definitely not part of living with somebody. That's getting serious, too serious. Why are you doing it?
Because I've known her. We've been dating for about around 2 years.
Another good reason not to move in with her. And
her parents passed away in a car accident. So I felt like it was my responsibility to.
Why is that your responsibility?
Well, because I'm the closest thing she has.
She doesn't have any family members.
Well, she does, but they don't live. We live in Santa Barbara, and they don't live with us.
That's not my point. Why isn't she living with her family? Whoever they are.
Out of state, there's one that lives here that won't talk to her. Just various family reasons, but we make fine on our own. I do construction. I make not that much money a year, but once she turns 18, she's going to get money from her parents, so.
How can that even be legal for you to live with someone who's under 18?
How is it illegal? We don't have to tell anybody. My name's under the rent and all that.
But you are breaking the law.
No, I'm not breaking the law.
What's the age of consent?
Oh, 18, of course.
Right, and you are living with, and I presume having sex with someone who is under the age of consent.
Right, but there's no proof of that.
Well, there is. Anybody who knows you knows the truth.
But they're not going to turn us into the authorities.
How do you know?
Why would they?
Who knows? Maybe someone gets into a pissing match with you? You telling me that you have no enemies, that everybody loves you?
No, of course, everybody has enemies.
Right. You're telling me that none of them would think of doing that?
I guess some would, yeah.
Why are you even taking that kind of risk?
But I love her.
John, how many women have you been with?
Me?
You.
Sexually?
Yeah.
About 4.
4, and that's enough for your entire life, huh?
She's the best one yet, so why not keep her?
The best one yet out of 4.
Right.
That's all you've had.
Yeah, but I get as much as I want from her.
That's not a matter of how much you get. You don't know what's out there, John. You have no curiosity about other kinds of women, the rest of the world, ever traveled anywhere, Europe, Asia, South America?
Well, of course, but I have.
You have. You've traveled all over the world, have you? Where have you traveled to?
Oh, no. I'm not saying I have. I'm saying I want to, but I have.
You have no curiosity about women in other countries, or none?
Oh, of course I do, but I haven't made a total commitment. It's just for right now.
So you just have her living there right now because her parents died in a car accident. Then once she gets the money, then you might move on.
Well, I'm not doing it out of sympathy. I'm just doing it to help her out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not totally, stuck on her. I'm not going to marry her or anything like that. But
unless she gets knocked up.
She won't.
I've heard that before.
She won't.
Come on. John, you're 18. You're 18. The sperm supply is as high as it's ever going to get. You could be trying all different kinds of women out. And instead you've locked in on one. By the way, she could live in your home and not be your girlfriend. You could do her the favor of moving into a guest room or something. Oh, John hung up. John doesn't want to hear this. John knows more than me or anybody. There you go. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. It's Mark on the cell phone. Mark, you're on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hey, how you doing, Tom?
All right, Mark.
I've been listening to you for a couple of weeks now, and I'd have to say you're right on the money, and I have found out that I live my life pretty much the way that you preach it. And I want to say you know what you're talking about.
Good.
Basically, the situation is I'm from the Midwest. I dated a girl when she was 18. I was 21. Best sex I ever had, period. And I came in touch with her again, I don't know, a couple of months ago, and we've been talking on and off. And ever since I dated her, I've probably had sex with somewhere around 100 to 150 women since, and she is still the best I've ever had.
Right.
And she is just getting done with college, and she doesn't know much about the United States or anywhere else, and she wants.
Where is she from?
Illinois.
You said she doesn't know much about the United States. I thought she was from another country.
No, well, Illinois, believe me, it is almost another country. Anyway, she wants to check out some stuff. She doesn't know a lot of people around the state, so she is brought up maybe coming to live with me for a little while. And I don't know what to say. I like her. Don't mind having a relationship.
Just say no.
But it's for, we're talking 4 or 5 months to live together.
Let me tell you something. They never move in for 4 or 5 months. The minute the Tampax are under your bathroom sink, it's over. You lose.
Well, that's the problem. Is I've never lived with a girl, and I've never really stayed with a girl for much more than. They
start nesting. They never move out.
Well,
women do not move in temporarily with a man. They don't. This is their way of worming their way into your home.
Yeah, well, then you just kick their ass out. Whoops.
Well, yeah, but you don't want to kick her ass out. It's the best sex you ever had.
Well,
why put yourself in this position?
Well, that's the problem. My thing is the reason I broke up with her is because I wanted to see what else was out there. And, I mean, it's been about 4 years. I've dated a lot of girls, cool girls that were pretty good in bed, but basically she tops it. I mean,
but that point is that in other ways, you haven't said anything about her except the sex.
Well, other ways I would have to say the nicest person I ever met, great to hang out with, party girl, has a lot of fun, and she's into me full out, and that's it. I trust her, whatever, to a point. You can only trust women so far anyway. Mm-hmm. And basically, the call is for advice to find out.
You want to marry this woman?
Marriage is such a silly word.
Well, then you can date this woman without marrying her.
But it's just like your phone call the other day. It's a long-distance relationship. Who wants to have one of those? They're pointless.
Wait a minute. Is she that much of a loser that she can't come to town and get a job?
Oh, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. A couple of months. See if she likes the city, stay with me, and then move out and get her own damn place, if that happens. But as you said, the nesting bit.
They never move out.
That's my problem.
They never, ever do. By the way, I don't get a dime for mentioning this, but the corner of Fairfax and Melrose in L.A., roommate, what's it called? Roommate finders? Roommate finders. Yeah. Find her a roommate. Do not have her move into your place. What are you, crazy?
Well, I'm pretty close. That's why I needed to call up.
I'm trying to tell you, they never move out.
Well, what the hell's the point, my friend?
I'm telling you, they move in there. They move their things in there. She's going to move all her things. And then after 4 months of being with you, it's like, oh, honey, why bother living in separate places? Why do I need a roommate? I already have you. And there you are, Mr. Whipped. You'll just say, oh, okay, honey, and then it's over.
Well, whipped is one thing, but moving in's another.
Well, the minute she gets in, the minute she has your key, it's over. You lose.
Well, there's no point in losing. Thank you, my friend. Take me out with a bong hit.
Here it comes, Mark. Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM. Easy our telephone number. This is Evie on a cell phone. You're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom. How are you?
Do you care, Evie?
Yes, I do.
I'm doing great.
Good. Well, I am living with somebody, but it's my ex-husband.
You're living with your ex-husband?
Yep.
Why?
We were married for 7 years, and then we got divorced, and at the beginning of this year, he moved back in with me. And
why? No. Why? I wasn't asking about the history. I asked why.
Because we get along better, and I don't know, probably it's just, you know, if, let's say if we get upset or something, or like, he's been saying, like, if he doesn't feel comfortable that he was going to take off, so that's fine if he wants to take off.
Why don't you just, like, live in separate places and date him?
Why? I mean, it's better. Plus we have kids, so it's convenient for both of us, I guess.
I see. So it's a matter of convenience.
Well, and love. I mean, I know we love each other.
You know, you love each other, but you split up, and you probably had good reasons, too. Didn't you?
Well, yeah, somewhat.
What were some of those good reasons why you split up?
Because, well, he
effed around.
He's a truck driver, and he hardly was ever home, and he has a lot of girlfriends.
He has a lot of girlfriends.
That will go home, and I wouldn't want to put up with that.
Right. So where are all those girlfriends now?
Apparently, he doesn't talk to them no more.
Well, that's what he told you.
So.
Right.
So, but we're doing fine right now.
He's still a truck driver, right?
What is it?
He's still a truck driver, right?
Right.
How do you know he doesn't have girlfriends? How do you know?
Well, I mean, so far I trust him, so.
That doesn't answer my question. How do you know?
No.
He doesn't have girlfriends.
No, I don't know.
You don't know. That's right.
No.
What makes you think he changed?
He said so.
Oh, and you believed him?
Yeah.
Remember the last time he lived with you and he told you nothing was going on?
We haven't touched the subject for a few months already.
But he's been touching something. You remember the last time he lived with you and you said, I'm suspicious. Something's going on. And he said, no, nothing's going on. Remember that?
Yeah.
Then you found out about his girlfriends.
Well, he said that he had nothing to do with just female friends.
Oh, they're just female friends. Yeah, that's always a good
in the middle of the night.
Right. Female friends riding the truck with him in the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm.
They're just friends.
That's what he claimed.
And he probably still has friends like that.
What is it?
Does he drive stick?
I didn't hear you.
Never mind. Does he still have female friends?
Apparently, I'm sure he does.
He does, but you've just chosen to believe that nothing's going on. In other words, you've chosen to be in denial.
It's not denial. I trust him this time. You know,
well, you were right not to trust him last time, weren't you?
But people have, you can give him a second chance, and I'm sure he has changed.
Sure. How do you know?
He has changed. He has done different things sort of different things. He's more with the family. He's more caring, and
that doesn't mean he's not getting a BJ while he's driving across the country.
Well,
there.
So far we're happy. And I don't.
You don't even care. You don't even want to know if he's getting BJs. You don't even want to know. That's what it boils down to, right?
No, it's not that.
You don't even want to know.
I do, but it's just, I'm telling you, I trust him this time.
You trusted him the last time.
Because I was getting calls in the middle of the night. And, how can you trust somebody like that? And this time it's just...
This time he's got a cell phone.
He had a cell phone back then. And
this time he's got a voicemail.
Yeah.
Do you have a new phone number, too?
No, it's the same one.
Same number. He's just not giving that out anymore. He learned the last time not to give that number out.
Where is they're gonna call him? They're not gonna call him home.
Why not a cell phone?
Another cell phone?
Why don't they call his cell phone?
Because probably he doesn't have the friends that he had before. Apparently he doesn't have no more girlfriends, so.
Well, they're just calling his cell phone.
I don't know about that. That's what I'm saying. This time I trust him because I haven't found anything like that, before.
See. Because they're not calling him at home anymore.
Or at the cell.
How do you know? You've been checking his voicemail cell phone?
No, I don't.
Why not?
Because that's his private number.
For his girlfriends.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's just, believe me, I do. He's changed a lot. He's more caring, and he's a totally different person.
Okay.
Who's it?
Tom Leykis.
Tom Leykis?
Leykis.
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 Leykis. We all like to party on the Tom Leykis Show. We do not go out and bang our wives, sisters, or our girlfriends' sisters on the Tom Leykis Show. We don't do it. No matter how much we party, we know better. It's the Tom Leykis Show. The Tom Leykis Show. I got 30 seconds for Sarah. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes.
Wake up and smell the coffee, sister.
What are you waiting for?
Oh. Nothing. I was just...
Now you've got 10 seconds.
The guy that you told that the woman shouldn't move in with him, I was just saying that sometimes guys